So the issue of the school and the head lice. It's actually pretty simple. The schools did originally ban me and my little sister back when it first started, and we were going to the same school. And we were not allowed to go to school for a while. I remember my mom had to walk us to the school. We must have been going to Greenland Elementary at that time, and living right off of Anaconda, because mom was walking us to school. We couldn't ride the bus. And there were multiple days that she had to walk us because they would find something and send us back, and mom would have to take us back. What happened eventually, summer came, and when school started again, they didn't check me or my sister. Over the years, I got used to the itching, and if I didn't scratch, they had no reason to check. One thing you might not know about head lice, they don't jump, and I wasn't close to other students. So it wasn't a situation where they were jumping from my head to other students regularly, because they don't jump. They can crawl if you're against somebody or you're sharing clothing. I was the smelly kid in class. Nobody was getting that close to me except for my bodyguards. It was embarrassing, so it wasn't something that I talked about. My hair was huge. It was dark black. It was full of curls. And you likely weren't going to see the black bugs crawling around in it unless you looked very closely, which sometimes happened. I remember specifically in around, I guess, 9th grade, I was laying with my head down on the desk, and my boyfriend at the time was looking a little too closely, and he grabbed one and said, "You've got a bug in your hair." And I quickly lifted my head up and tried to pull away from him. I don't think he knew what it was. I think he thought just it was a regular bug. But, yeah, sometimes the schools would check when we were very young. We would be barred from the school. We would have to have checks done. Eventually, my scalp got so used to the itching I didn't scratch anymore. The school years changed over. The schools changed over. I went from one school to another, to another, to another. I went to 5 different elementary schools, 2 different high schools. Nobody has yet been able to explain to me why I went to 5 different elementary schools when we only moved once. Part of the problem might have been to get around the head lice checks, one school to another. But yeah, that's how it went on for so long. It's not as outlandish as people want to believe it was.